GMO, genetically modified organism, one of the controversial discussion in Nigeria right now. Everybody have been talking about it. In fact, if you're not talking about it, it seems that, oh, you are supporting it or you are against it. Stand one place. Anyway, let me explain. Now, one of the most dragged person on this GMO issue now is the popular Aproko doctor. He tried to be diplomatic about it, try to do anything. Anyway, he tried his best. But me, I am not a medical doctor. I'm not going to talk about the health issue or health risk or anything health related about GMO. The only one I want to talk about GMO right now is the patent of GMO. The right to use it or right not to use it. Now, what is GMO? GMO is genetically modified organism, which is the crops they want to give it to plant. It has been modified to even produce more or to flourish more. Sometimes if you see those modified one, it look fresh, it look greener, it look fresher or even bigger than the ones that is not modified. So now they modify it so that you can produce more and have more. Now here's the question: in Nigeria, do we actually need it? Now in Nigeria, we have our own organic crops. So the question is, why are you giving us modified one, telling us to abandon our own organic crops? Now promising us that the modified one you're giving us will allow us have more food. That is not a problem. It is okay. But this is another problem with that modified one you're giving to us. Now, I've heard a lot of people say that, oh, GMO do not reproduce. Not all GMO do not reproduce. Some of them actually reproduce, like maize and some other ones, which I might not go into. Maize reproduce, but you do not have the right to replant it. You cannot preserve it. So they tell you as they give it to you, you will plant it, it grow, eat it. So if you want to plant again, if you want to go to farm again, you have to go back to them and collect, because the seed has been patented. It's just like a music. It has been copyrighted. There is copyright on it. You cannot use it again. So what does that mean? What it means is that this season of farm, the farmers will go and buy and plant. Another farming season, they will go and buy again and plant. Not like our traditional way of planting corn before that. If you plant, when you grow, you leave some and dry that you will plant the next season. In GMO, genetically modified ones, you cannot leave it. Not that if you leave it, it will not work. If you leave it and replant it, you'll be sued because you do not have the right to use it, because the corn or the seed has been patented. They don't patent them. You can't use it. That is the implication. Now, what is the disadvantage of that? The disadvantage of that, or the risk of that, is that allowing some particular company or particular region to have control over your seed, they have indirectly have control over your food. Meaning that you cannot farm without depending on them. You have to always depend on them for seed, which is dangerous. Anybody who have access to your food or who control your food can control anything about you. Remember the Biafran War? The way Biafrans were defeated was by controlling food source that go to them. So immediately they cut food supply, they lost the war. So when somebody want to fight you, one of the first thing they do is to cut your food supply. So anybody telling you that come and collect GMO and plant, you will always come and collect from us, is trying to kill you, because with time your own organic crops will fade away. You will not have anything. You will always depend on them. It is a risk. I think that is the side we should all be worried about. And let us leave the health practitioners to talk about the disadvantage of it in our health, because as long as something has been modified, meaning that the originality or the organic in it is no longer there again, it has organically been modified. I don't think it is good for our health. I'm not a health practitioner, but I don't think it is health. So where I'm actually concerned now is that controlling of that seed. That is my own problem with the GMO. That is my own biggest problem, and we all Nigerians should be worried about, and we should kick and reject it. Let us focus on preserving our own organic seed. It is important to preserve our own organic seed and not accept that GMO. There are a lot of things to talk about this GMO. It is very wide. It is the patents that I'm so concerned about. But then you tell me what you think in the comment section. But before you do, please do not forget to